Erev Tov Rabotai, we are continuing with our Mishna Yomi, Masechet Bava Metzia. We are up to Perek Gimel, Mishnah Yud Aleph. Today's Mishnah should be Le'elu Nishmat, Neria ben Svetlana Ranbayev, Eliyahu ben Burcha Israelov, Chana ben Miriam, Sason ben Ryan, Yoshua ben Shifra, Menuchatam began Eden, Amen. And Lavdi ben Chaim Lechaim, V'derefua Shelemav, Daniel Shalom ben Rosa, B'tor Shah Chole Israel, and Achlama Merav, Binyamin Od Zion Chai ben Dvorah. The Mishnah cites more laws about someone who has to safeguard money. Hamavkid maot etzel shulchani. If someone deposited coins with a money changer is paid to exchange people's coins for them. So if you deposited your coins with the money changer to safeguard but did not pay him to do so, im tzirurin lo yishtamesh b'hen. The law is that if they were given in a bundle that was tied and sealed, or that was tied with an unusual knot, he may not use them, because the owner tied the bundle in this way to show that he does not want him to use the coins. Therefore, if the coins were lost without negligence on his part, meaning the shomer watched the money in the normal way and it was nevertheless lost, he is not responsible for them in view of the fact that he was neither paid to watch the coins nor allowed to use them. He is an unpaid shomer who is not liable for loss unless he was negligent. Mutarin nishtamesh b'hen. However, if the coins were loose, or even if the coins were in a bundle tied with a regular knot, now securing coins in this way is normal and does not show that the owner forbids the money changer to use them, therefore he may use them. Since the money changer always needs coins for his business and the owner did not tell him or indicate in any way that he may not use the coins, it may be assumed that the owner allows him to use them and give back other coins instead. Therefore, if they were lost, he is responsible for them. Although he was not directly paid for watching the coins, the right to use them is a benefit that makes him a paid shomer. He is therefore liable for their loss. As soon as the coins were given to him, even before he started using them, the money changer had the status of a paid shomer because he was allowed to use them right away. Like any paid shomer, he is liable for loss even if he was not negligent, but he is not liable for loss that could have not been prevented. Honest, once he uses the coins, he becomes a borrower who is liable even for unpreventable loss. The Mishnah now teaches the law where coins were given to a shomer who is not a money changer. Etzel balabayit, if coins were deposited with an ordinary householder for him to safeguard, ben surin or ben mutarin, it makes no difference whether they were tied up or loose. Lo yishtamesh ben, he may not use them since an ordinary householder does not need extra cash. Although an ordinary householder needs money for his household expenses, usually has enough available for that purpose. We assume that the owner does not let him use the coins even if he gave them to him loose. Therefore, if they were lost, he is not responsible for them. In this case, where the shomer is forbidden to use the coins, he is just an unpaid shomer who is not liable for loss. Now, the Mishnah states a dispute as to whether a storekeeper who was given coins to watch is treated like an ordinary householder or a money changer. A storekeeper is like a householder. Since a storekeeper does not need a large amount of cash all the time, he can frequently buy goods for his store on credit. The owner presumably does not let him use the coins even if he gave them to him loose, just as he would not let a householder use them. The storekeeper is therefore an unpaid shomer who is not liable for loss. These are the words of Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yehuda says, a storekeeper is like a money changer because many times a storekeeper does need extra cash for his business. The owner therefore presumably lets the storekeeper use the coins unless he tied them up in an unusual way. Just as he lets a money changer use them, a storekeeper is therefore a paid shomer who is liable for loss. And the Rav tells us that Halacha follows the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. And that is then of Mishnah Yud Aleph. The following Mishnah, Mishnah Yud Bet, deals with the law of shlichut yad, literally sending the hand. This is where a shomer takes the deposited item in order to keep all or some of it permanently for himself, or to use it in a way that would permanently ruin all or some of it. If any shomer, even an unpaid one, does this, he is considered a thief who is responsible for all losses, even those that he could not have prevented. If he did not intend to make it to take it permanently, nor did he intend to spoil it, but just borrowed it without permission, he has not committed shlichut yad. He is nevertheless considered a thief, but for a different reason. One who borrows without permission is a thief. There are several differences between the two reasons, including that a shomer who commits shlichut yad is deemed a thief immediately, whereas one who borrows without permission does not have the responsibilities of a thief until he uses the item. Now, in the Mishnah's first case, after the shomer took the item for himself, shlichut yad, it went through a physical change that affected its value. He later lost the item in a way that he could not have prevented. The Mishnah cited disagreement among Tanaim as to how much the shomer must pay. Hashulech yad bepikadon, if a shomer took the deposited item for himself and then it physically changed, after which he lost it unavoidably, Bet Shammai Omrim, Bet Shammai say, Yilkeh b'chaser uvyater, he suffers the value of the change, whether the change is a decrease or an increase. For example, a case of decrease is where he stole a pregnant animal that then gave birth, which is a decrease in the mother. Later he lost both the animal and the newborn. It is not enough for him to pay what the animal was worth at the time of the theft. Rather, he must pay the value of the animal after it gave birth and the value of the newborn. A non-pregnant animal plus a newborn are worth more than a pregnant animal. Another example of decrease is where a shomer stole a sheep that had wool and then its wool was shorn off. He must pay the value of the sheep without wool and the value of the removed wool, which amounts to more than what the sheep was worth when it was stolen. An example of increase is where he stole an animal that was not pregnant and then it became pregnant, or he stole a sheep that did not have wool and then it grew wool and later he lost the animal. Here too, it's not enough for him to pay what the animal was worth at the time of the theft before it became pregnant. Rather, he must pay the value of the animal in its pregnant state. So it comes out that no matter whether the item decreased or increased after the theft, the shomer has to pay for the change. Now, under Torah law, under biblical law, the shomer is obligated to pay only what the item was worth when he took it. A shomer who takes the item for himself has the same law as a thief. If a thief steals something that then goes up in value, he pays only what it was worth at the time of the theft. According to Bet Shammai, however, the sages punish the thief by requiring him to pay for the change. If the item physically decreased, he pays for what it lost. For example, if a pregnant animal gave birth, he pays the value of the newborn. And if the item physically increased, he pays what it gained. For example, if the animal became pregnant, he pays the value added by its pregnancy. So it comes, therefore, it is only under rabbinic law that a thief or a shomer who took the item illegally must pay the extra amount. Bet Hillel disagree. Bet Hillel say kishat hotza'ah, he pays according to its value at the time of its removal from the owner's possession. He pays only what it was worth at the time of the theft and no more. If he stole a pregnant animal that then gave birth, he pays only the value of the pregnant animal and not the newborn as well. And if he stole a non-pregnant animal that then became pregnant, he pays only the value of a non-pregnant animal. According to Bet Hillel, the sages did not punish a thief or a shomer who took the item illegally by requiring him to pay the value of the newborn or the value of the pregnancy. Therefore, we follow the original biblical law, which states that a thief pays what the item was worth at the time of the theft. A third opinion, Rabbi Akiva says, Kishat Tviyah, he pays according to its value at the time of the claim against him in court. He pays only for an increase in value that occurred before he is tried in court, and not for an increase in value that occurred later. And Rabbi Akiva learns this law from a verse in Vaikra, chapter 5, verse 24. And the Rav does tell us, V'alacha ki Bet Hillel, the halacha does follow the opinion of Bet Hillel. The Mishnah presents a dispute as to whether shlichut yad includes speech. HaChoshev lishloch yad bepikadon, if a shomer intends to take the deposit item for himself, meaning he says in front of witnesses that he intends to take the item, but he did not yet do so. Bet Shammai Omrim chayat, Bet Shammai say that he immediately becomes responsible even for unavoidable loss, because even a statement of intent is considered shlichut yad, and the source for this law, according to them, is in Shemot chapter 22, verse 8. Bet Hillel Omrim, but Bet Hillel say, Eno chayav ad shishlach bo yad, he is not responsible for unavoidable loss until he physically takes it for himself. Shanemar, because it is stated in the book of Shemot chapter 22, verse 7, Im lo shalach yado bimlechet re'ehu, if he, referring to the shomer, did not lay his hand upon his fellow's property, which implies a physical act and not just speech. And the Mishnah elaborates upon Bet Hillel's opinion, Ketzad, how does a shomer perform shlichut yad? If he tilted a barrel of wine and took a revi'it from it for himself, the shomer tilted the barrel so that the wine would float to the top, and then he scooped out a revi'it of wine from it, and later the barrel broke because of an unavoidable accident and all the wine spilled out. He pays the owner only for the revi'it of wine and not for the rest. In order to be liable for shlichut yad, the shomer must perform an act of acquisition, a kinyan, with the item. For example, pulling or lifting it. Merely tilting a barrel is not a kinyan. Therefore, the shomer is not liable for the entire barrel, but only for the revi'it that he lifted out of it. However, if he lifted the barrel with the intention to take a revi'it of wine from it for himself, v'nishbera, and the barrel broke because of an unavoidable accident, mishalem demek kula, he must pay for its entire value. By lifting the barrel, he performed the kinyan in the barrel as a whole, and he is therefore liable for the entire barrel. As soon as he lifted the barrel, even before he took any wine, he is guilty of shlichut yad, since he intended to take some wine. Even though the shomer did not intend to take the whole barrel, but only a revi'it, he is liable for the entire barrel. According to the law of shlichut yad, intent to take part of the item makes the shomer liable for all of it. However, the act of shlichut yad, the kinyan, must be done with the entire item and not just the part he wants to keep. Therefore, if the shomer lifted only a revi'it, he would not be liable for the whole barrel, as the Mishnah said earlier. But if he lifted the whole barrel with intent to take a revi'it, he becomes responsible for it all. And that is the Nabotai of today's Mishna Yomi. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen v'amen.